Hey everyone, thanks for joining me again for Module 2. You just got finished watching Module 1, all the benefits of a virtual assistant, how to utilize a VA. You've seen Twan and how he was utilizing his VAs and how he came to the concept of, things he thought it was going to be hard, but it wasn't hard at all. But we're going to go right into module 2, how to find and hire a virtual assistant, the right virtual assistant. So let's go right in. All right. So what you want to do is identify your needs for your business and for your personal life. What part of your life or what of your business is just hindering you, is causing you frustration, it's just taking too much of your time, it's too tedious. That's what you need to identify. So when you go out here to hire a virtual assistant, um, you know what you're looking for. Like we discussed in module 1, are you going to be looking for a general VA? Are you going to be looking for a specialized VA? So, with that being said, you got to really dig deep in what you really need. Do you need a cold caller? Do you need somebody who just to run your CRM, pull lists, acquisition manager? Do you need somebody to run your social media? So, you need to identify that before you go out here and start looking, because once you get that, now you can um, hyper focus on exactly what you need. So where do you find these virtual assistants? Where you find the VAs at, right? Well, of course, the reason why you're here now, you came in through an agency. You came in through Smart Money VAs. But there are other sites for freelancer VAs, right? And we'll talk about the difference between a freelancer and going through an agency. And there's just totally benefits, but some of the freelancer websites out there is going to be what, freelancer.com. I mean, you can go on social media, Facebook. They have all kinds of groups on there where VAs are scouting potential clients themselves. You have Fiverr.com. I've used Fiverr before for particular projects. And then, like I said, I'm always going to lean towards going towards with a VA agency. And the difference between the VA agency and working with a virtual assistant directly, I think it's the obvious. I think with an agency, especially with my agency, the VAs come vetted. I know these VAs before I hook them up with a client. A lot of my VAs come in through a referral situation, um, a friend, family member, or whatever it may be. 90% of my VAs have came in on a referral based system. Um, Probably because they like the situation that I have set up for them with the clients. So they bring their friends and their family members, like, hey, Smart Money VAs is where it's at. They love the community over here. And that's the thing. Another thing, we have a community. I don't know how other VA agencies do, but I'm sure they have a community of where the VAs, they can all talk with each other. They can all lend on each other for support. I mean, especially when you're cold calling all day and you're getting beat down on the phones. My VAs, they have a support system. If they have questions um, with their clients, of course, they can come and ask me, but they can ask their colleagues as well because they're in a support system. With a freelancer, you kind of working with him on your own one-on-one situation. Um, with my agency, we, like I said, we vet them, so you don't have to worry about. We ease your mind about, oh, are they going to steal our information? Are they going to steal my clients' information? Are they going to steal my leads? Are they going to try to sell my leads? My VAs, we don't have to worry about none of that. that's why using an agency is so important, because that part eases your mind. Working with a freelancer, whether it's from whatever country, I mean, that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with somebody from another country. So how do you hold them accountable? How do you get them to show up for work? Well, that's just kind of a situation that you're just going to have to play by ear when dealing with the freelancer. Now, I'm not going to sit here and just, rag on freelance work, dealing with VAs from a global perspective where you just kind of don't trust the situation. But I have worked with freelancers from other countries. And when I usually do work with freelancers, when I used to work with freelancers, I use them on a project basis, case by case basis. So I didn't employ them as my full time or part time employee. I just used them for a particular project that I needed done maybe in a week's time. And that VA came through. And I went through Fiverr to do that. But that's the only way that I would use a freelance VA. How I started my VA agency was I started with a VA that I paid through another agency, and she ended up working with me for over 2.5 years. So that's the kind of rapport that I built up because they were with an agency. I did have somebody going through the process and helping me on board and everything like that. So I mean, that's why you have an agency. If you're going through a freelancer, you're not going to get a VA mastery course like this. You're not going to get somebody talking to you, walking you through the way, giving you little insight, giving you, helping you navigate the nuances of having a VA in your personal life and in your business. So, with that being said, then you have to know what kind of budget are you going to be working with? Are you going to be able to employ a VA part-time, full-time, or you're just going to want to work with them on a project kind of situation basis, right? Case by case, project by project basis. So what does that budget look like? Um, I like to start my clients out at part-time working with the VAs, because I don't think a lot of people realize that having tasks for an employee um, every day, 20 hours a week, I mean, you'll be kind of trying to scrape up things for the VA to do, especially if you're trying to have them full-time and you're kind of new to this situation. So I like to start my VAs out at part-time, which, like I said, with the budget for us is going to be $80 a week. So you do the math, $80 a week, then you got what, 160 for 2 weeks, or 160 a week full time. So you need to be able to map things out like, hey, am I going to be able to sustain paying somebody $80 a week or 160 a week for the next 6 months? Whether I close a deal or not. A lot of us are in real estate, so we know how deals can be lagged 3 to 4, 6 months. We are entrepreneurs, so we know, and business owners, we know that we can have a great month. Boom, boom, boom. We're knocking out deals, closing deals. But then what about that 3 to 4 months where things were slow? Are you still going to be able to pay the salary of your VA, regardless of what happened during that month or what happened during that week? So that's why it's important for you to understand the budget that you're working with to be able to map things out. So when you're going out there looking for a VA, I need you to know those things. I need you to know what you're hiring for, why you're hiring. Are you going to go with an agency? Or are you going to go with a freelancer? And like I said, if you're going freelancer, I would recommend on a project to project basis. What are you willing to pay? Do you want them full time? Do you want them part time? So those are the things that you need to understand with hiring a VA. And then the misconception that I want you to understand that is people have that VAs are that since they do are since they are in a different country, a lot the ones that we deal with, that there's going to be a disconnect. Um, there's going to be a drop off in quality of work, and that's a big misconception. The VAs that I work with that I've seen, they are college graduates. They have certificates in specialized fields. So to think that just because their price point, their hourly wage is different from ours, does not diminish the quality or the value that they may be able to bring to your company. These people are very smart. They're very knowledgeable in what they're doing in their field. So that's a misconception if you think that the quality is going to drop off. So keep those things in mind when hiring a VA. When you're hiring the right VA, I'm gonna show you a couple of clips of my VAs, and they're gonna give you some insight of how they was brought in. Because, like I said, my VAs usually come in on a referral basis. So I have a personal touch with each VA that comes in. They're also connected to a VA that's a part of my agency already. So those are the benefits of having a agency. So keep that in mind. We'll just wrap this up. I'll keep the module short. Let's go over to those videos, and then after you watch those testimonials, those videos with my VAs, we'll go right into module 3. All right, see y'all. So here we go, man. I got my main man John with me. I'm your boy Charles with Smart Money. I got my man John Bryan, who is one of my top VAs, man. He's with Smart Money VAs. He's been with Smart Money for almost close to a year now. He's been working with one client. He came in on a through our VA access pool where they where I when John first applied, he's sending his video resume, and I knew immediately, as soon as I saw your video, I knew the perfect client for you, and that's when I hooked you up with Mike. And Mike has great reviews. He's always speaking highly of you. I mean, John, man, you're my main man, John, man. You really came in and knocked it out for me. I really appreciate the hard work that you have been putting in for Mike. And like I said, he has nothing but great things to say about you. So I already said what I had to say about you. So let me ask you a few questions. Let introduce yourself. How did you become a virtual assistant? How did you become a master cold caller? How did you get so much real estate experience in your closing deals and you're getting contracts signed? Talk to me about it a little bit.
Yes, Charles. Thank you for that. Yeah, actually, I started my real estate VA career 3 years ago. Um,
Okay.
yeah, during a pandemic. So I resigned from my BPO job. I started embarking in a VA industry, and first my first job I landed on real estate, but it's not on real estate buy and sell, but it's on real estate constructions. So I'm
Okay.
calling different clients booking for like if they need renovations on their homes, their bathrooms, and anything that needs to be fixed with their house. So I started with that for like 6 months, and then I also then started to venture or my journey in working with the real estate VA buy and sell. And from then, I started with that and keep on learning and watching YouTube just to learn how to do call calling and reading different scripts until I landed with Mike, which really helped me a lot. With Mike's guidance, I was able to like put out all my rebuttals with my different experience before. And what I love working with Mike is this: is that when I do call calling, we are not pressuring the client to say yes or no. We're just depending with the client if he's interested. We just need to identify the motivation. If
Mhm.
this lead is really willing to sell his property to us, because what matters most to us is the quality lead. It's not
Right.
more about on a quantity of leads, which you are like, I mean, spending your time. It's more it's more important to get a quality lead, even a one or two every week, and this too has a great motivation in selling their property.
Hey everyone, I'm with my main man Jan Rex, one of my specialist VAs. I mean, he came to me. I mean, Jan Rex got a special story. He came to me, and he really didn't come to me. I came and found him. Um, his mom, she had worked for my company. She worked with a couple clients, and she had did a video. We have all our VAs do video resumes, and she did a video resume, and I'm like, man, that video resume was very good. The way she edited it stood out. It stood out from all the other VAs videos. So I reached out to her and I'm like, hey, did you do that video? And she was like, no, my son did that. And I was like, wow, we need to bring him on. So I'm gonna tell you what I did, Jaren Rex. I started showing other clients your videos, and they wanted you
Ah,
immediately. Yeah, they want that. So that's how you were able to get plugged in. So you came in through your mom. I showed the video to a couple clients, and then you got hired immediately. So that's what Jan Rex did. So let me ask Jan Rex, how did you hear about this whole situation? How did it come to you landing this job with Smart Money VAs? How did that come to you?
well, my mom just asked me to edit her video resume, and then she told me she's already sent it out to you.
Mhm.
And then after that, I just woke up, and then she was like, "Hey, son, you, Boss Charles just wants you to work with him." That just got me excited, you know. And not everyone wants to hire an 18-year-old with nothing to show for credibility yet. So this is actually my first start working as a video editor.
Oh, I mean, and the way you came in and the job that you have been doing has, I mean, the client is very pleased. I know you work with Mike. I know you've done some video editing for me as well. I have other clients reaching out about video editing, but you only have so much time in the day. You can only take on
Yeah.
so many clients. Hey everyone, it's Charles with Smart Money, and I have Smart Money VA Bea with me. She has been working with my company for over a year now. She's one of the leaders in the Smart Money VA community. I mean, I'm just so proud of her and what she brings as a asset to my company. And so let me just go ahead and introduce Bea. Bea, say hi to the people.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, so let's just dive right into it. I think a lot of people know that I have my VAs. They come from a referral basis. So let's talk about how you came in. I know you came in through Jane. So what was that process and how was that like? You know, and what did you hear about the company to make you want to come work for Smart Money?
Well, I saw Jane posted in a Facebook group. We're
Mm-hmm.
actually we have mutual friends since her husband is my neighbor. So then I've asked her about the company. I was actually like double checking if it might be like some networking or something like that, but
Uh-huh.
she told me that it's a VA agency. So I've asked her a lot of questions just to make sure that it's not like a networking company or like some insurance or something like that. And
Right.
then she introduced me to the company, and then that's it.
Uh-huh. And you got introduced to the company, and we won't say any names because Baya has worked with like 3 different clients. She's had some good ones. She had some okay ones, some situations that didn't work out. And Bea still stuck with the company. And Bea kind of fell on the sword for her other colleagues. And that's what I like about her, because she helps her colleagues a lot in the community. And the situation, she just had an optimistic outlook on it. A client had let Bea go, not not due to the fact that Bea wasn't doing anything right, but the client wasn't doing things on their end and they were placing blame. And Bea just had the attitude with like, hey, that's fine as long as 2 other VAs end up getting a job with that same client. And I thought that showed something about your character. And with that being said, I was able to introduce you to a new client, Mike and the Real Newbies, and I think you guys kind of just hit it off, and you've been with them ever since.